Madam Secretary, having been sufficiently chastised, I'm going to start here. Roughly 40% of our southern border is federal lands. Is trash on the federal lands along the border an issue?
Congressman, I have not been to the border, so I couldn't tell you that.
How much funding in your department's budget is directed towards trash on federal lands along this southern border? Do you know offhand?
I would be happy to, for us to research that and get back with you on it.
Yeah, and I don't expect you to know that right offhand, but I can tell you, it's zero. It's zero. The Bureau of Land Management shared with us when I was down to the southern border in February, and we looked with all the damage that's being done, fentanyl overdoses, crime that's rampant, that's happening in places around America. There's 193 tons of garbage that was picked up by the Bureau of Land Management in 1 year. You said one of the tasks that Interior, that you all take very importantly, it's one of your priorities, is conserving natural resources. Is dumping 193 tons of garbage on our federal lands conserving our natural resources?
Clearly not.
Representative Stauber, just here to my left, asked you a question in regards to consultation. Why did you not meet with the slopers? Why have you not consulted and coordinated? I understand that you met with them very early on, but since then they've had real concerns with the actions taken by the Biden administration and Interior. Why have you not met with them?
Congressman, I want to assure you that we have had very strong engagement with Alaska Native tribes and the ANCSA corporations and I can just say, starting on March 13th, 2023, the administration previewed its intent to develop this draft rule. On August 25th, in advance of the publication, the BLM mailed a formal offer of consultation to 45 tribes and 30 Alaska Native corporations.
Madam Chair, or Madam Secretary, I'm sorry, if I may interject. Do you know if the North Slope communities prefer the Obama-era integrated activity plan or the Trump-era integrated activity plan? Have they told you the one that you rescinded, the Trump-era one that was also there during the Obama era, have they told you which one they preferred?
Congressman, I do want to say that there are a lot of tribes in the area that you're referring to.
So we heard from them, Madam Secretary. We heard from them in committee here. They prefer the Trump-era plan because they went and consulted with them. Do you know, Madam Secretary, that you could be breaking the law by not following the consultation and coordination requirements that are in place?
Thank you for
Madam
the
Secretary,
information.
do you know when they came and testified before us, I believe they refer to themselves as the slopers, they've said since 1980, their life expectancy has went up 13 years. And it's directly a result of finding oil and natural gas up in that area that has benefited their communities. In fact, there was a gentleman that was here. His arm was all bandaged up. He took a harpoon through his hand, and if it wasn't for the clinic that was built, and we heard this directly from the clinic that was built as a result of oil revenue, he said he may not be here today. He may have bled to death. Did you know that their life expectancy has went up 13 years since the discovery of oil and gas?
Congressman, I appreciate that information. I want you to know that there are many tribes in Alaska, and we know that they don't all feel the same way about every single project that happens in Alaska. It's our job to hear from everyone. We did extend the public comment periods for this issue, and we understand there has been a request, and my staff is working through the request currently.
Madam Secretary, one of your employees put this quote up here. We got to rush this through. Is rushing and evading the consultation and coordination requirement? I'll close with this question. Will you commit today to delaying the National Petroleum Reserve Alaska regulation so that you can meaningfully engage with North Slope communities, Native villages, Native corporations, and federally recognized tribes? Will you make that commitment to consult with them as is required under the law?
Congressman, I can assure you that we don't generally work to rush anything through. We take everything that we do very seriously, and we follow the process to a T.